green.
And we're green.
Woo!
Green is for go. When the light is green, the trap is clean. Name that movie.
Oh my gosh.
On your mark, get set, go. Hello, 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 everybody. It's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and tonight, I hope prepared. I hope you are mentally, physically, and emotionally ready for what you're getting ready to witness, and that is another exciting
Soon to be classic.
and soon to be classic edition of Big Family Homestead Live. The explosions go crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I hope you guys are having a blessed evening. We have had so much fun already. Hanging out with, oh yeah, no other than the Don and his family.
Yes. Oh yes.
They have, well, they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We'll talk more about the Don in the future. But I've got my list, folks. And I got to tell you what, Mama, say hi to the people. Say hi to them.
Hi, the people.
The people.
The
Mike
people.
DeFazio.
Mike DeFazio and Living Like Claire. Where is
What?
she?
What?
Like, she's right over there. Butterfly Enterprises, Ellen Bloomfield, Life Unwired, Tina Weber, Sketchy Girl.
Sketchy girl.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
And broken hearts. That's horrible.
Oh, no.
No broken hearts.
No broken hearts. Out of Goshen, hey guys, Jan Henderson, Tammy Zander.
Timmy
Rathbun,
Zander, baby.
What did I say?
Tammy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Timmy Zander. Sorry. I was worried about saying your name properly, last name properly, and I think I'm just gonna butcher it. Nuno's here, Norma Mason's here, Prepstetter Bob, and you better behave.
You better behave, Prepstetter
ya.
Bob.
Or we'll bounce
He's got some kind of control issues going on. I don't know. Out of Goshen's here. What up?
Yep.
Out of Goshen family?
They're not here.
Yeah, they are.
They're somewhere
No, they're
else.
right here. They're right here.
Oh my god.
You guys keep reading. Say hi. Talk amongst yourselves. Whatever. I'm feeling verklempt.
Really?
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. A brief recap of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking a little bit more glowy, a little more sunny, a little more filled with vitamin D.
Yeah, we spent the most of the day yesterday outside, which was awesome actually. Of course, I was kind of hurting at the end. I don't weed whack generally.
I'm the whacker of the two. I
don't.
whack.
I don't weed whack.
She doesn't whack.
I don't like to weed whack. So we weed whacked.
We whacked the weeds like no other. And let me tell you what, they were begging for mercy. She had the one with the spinning blade of death.
Oh, that scares me. And that's why I don't like to weed whack, because they scare me. These tools of death are just...
She's frightened of the whacker.
Anyway, it's a mom thing.
But we got the goat paddock.
We expanded the goat paddock. Well, goat, donkey, and mini cow. She's not a mini cow. She's just a baby cow. That paddock we made a third bigger. So now it's 3 big squares big.
It's very big. Much bigger than big. It's larger than small. And when you're talking about small things, this is bigger than that. Right?
Mm-hmm, sure. That's great. Thanks.
They got more grub to eat. All of the goats and the donkeys are very pleased.
They're very happy.
Along with Dottie.
Yes, very happy. The grass was as tall as the baby goats, if not taller. There were some spots where it was as tall as Puzzle. It was quite cute.
It was fun watching them. But I'll tell you what, it must have been like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when they get to go and run out into the candy land and everything's eatable and edible. And they were just going nuts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Their bellies must have been full. So, that said, goats, donkeys, happy.
Happy.
We did our first official weight update.
Yes.
Our health
update.
update.
We're doing good.
I'd say that's fair.
Yes. Our portions have reduced by, I would say, a half. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody, and I can't remember who the subscriber was that said it. They said for your portion sizes, eat like a king in the morning, a queen in the middle of the day, and then a pauper at dinner.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to do that, and it's really been making a difference. I personally haven't seen the weight loss like Mama has.
Yeah.
But what I am honestly seeing is my belt size is different. I used to have 2 clicks on the belt. Now I got a 3rd click.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
seriously.
That's the important thing. See those belt clicks.
Yeah. So Jan says, "You got this."
Yeah.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and little homestead, Franklin, North Carolina. Careful, Brad. She might whack you with that whacker. It is true.
No.
She goes nuts.
No.
She's wacky.
You're ridiculous. I am wacky, but no.
That's probably
No,
because of your
and-
company.
Yeah. The ones with the spinning blade of death on there really actually scare me when the kids are nearby, and I'm going through the weeds, and if I hit a patch and then it releases too quickly, I don't want the kids over here or over here. I want them way behind them. Just go behind me. Just get away. But they were just trying to help, and no.
Well, she was out there like Luke Skywalker, blindfolded, trying to use the Force.
No, you're crazy.
Killed 3 snakes. It wasn't good.
No, I didn't kill any snakes.
She did not. Just 3. But no, she did not. So, all right, Andy's backyard and shop. Who, Miss Christa, going nuts on Mr. Brad? Never. Laugh out loud.
I don't.
I'm not frustrating to anybody. I mean, honestly.
Really? No, that's not the case. You're very frustrating.
I bite my lip because it's easy for a girl to do that and get away with it. Because you can like bash on your dude all you want and everybody goes, ha ha ha, isn't that funny? But when the dude goes, yeah, you're irritating too, it's like, oh my abuse!
No, I am irritating. I'll admit it. I can be irritating and annoying.
I won't say it because I'll get piled on. No, you're great, Mama. You're a ray of sunshine
Whatever.
at all times. You, my dear, are nothing but sunshine all the time.
Get your wrist.
See there? Daggone.
Man.
So, other stuff this week. Dottie.
She's so cute.
She is just nothing but lamb's tails.
Lamb's tails. She's
Oh,
a
they're
cow.
cute.
Oh my gosh.
Lamb's tails.
Her little tail just flips and flaps and just does all of this, and especially when she's getting her milk. And I know all of you are like, why are you still feeding that cow?
Oh.
You know what? And he said it too. I have the milk, so I'm going to give it to her. I want her to like us.
That little cow, I never honestly thought that I would get attached to a cow like you would a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
But a puppy, when you hold a puppy,
Oh my God.
and they're just like,
And I did. I held a couple of puppies tonight over at the Don's
house.
Yes.
But the cow is growing on me like that because it's, well, first of all, okay, I don't know if you've noticed this, but its teeth look like David Letterman's teeth. Good big space in the middle, huh? Like just like that.
Yeah.
And when, I've said this before, but when I go to give her milk, she's like a shark coming in for the attack. She circles me, rubbing, and then she's whack. And if you know what cows do, like little baby cows, they don't just like suck the milk and they're like content. They go bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
They're like, give it up. Give me the milk.
Yeah.
I want the juice.
Yeah. No, she's really funny. She's really sweet, and she drinks her half gallon, and she's like, I want more.
And she'll start bumping you.
Yeah. Well, I'd stay on the other side of the fence because I don't like it when she bumps me.
Well, and there's a channel named Mother, or subscriber named Mother of Many Horses, and she has cautioned us. I think cautioned would be the word. That when she's big, do we really want her acting like this? And we had this conversation today that I'm honestly not sure if it's a bad thing.
No, well, you don't want her bumping you.
No, I don't want her going, I want food and I'm going to bump you to get it.
No.
But I do want her to be nice and kind and come to us.
Exactly. And we were sent, can I have those books, please? We were sent an awesome gift by TJ Homestead? TJ Homestead, thank you, Derek. These awesome Temple Granadin books. Grandin?
I don't know how to
I
pronounce
don't know.
them.
Temple books.
I speak English.
And these are all on humane livestock handling, okay, working with farm animals. I was flipping through here, reading a few things, and I found one section on if you want to have a nice, sweet, passive cow, when you give them treats, you hold them up in the air so that they have to put their head up, like when they're drinking milk. They become very passive and very sweet, not aggressive in any way. So I thought that was a really good tip. So I'm going to feed Dottie as long as she'll take it.
Well, and yeah, that's just part of the physiology, the way the cows are, I guess they behave. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I mean, we got to be careful that if she's being pushy, that we push back without being mean or weird or anything like that. But, I mean, how cool would it be? Oh, I talked about this before, but I want to train her to be like an attack cat. Like a dog.
A guard cow?
Oh, heck really? Yeah. How cool would that be if you're like, and the cow comes running?
That would probably scare the living.
Who wouldn't run away? I mean, if a cow is like, "Moo, I'm coming at you." No. Oh, geez.
My goodness.
All right. So Baker Mom says, Krista, please put those books on your Amazon list. They sound awesome. We will. Okay. Yeah. Other stuff this week. We had some visitors today that we were not expecting.
No, we had some fantastic people show up at the door. Mm-hmm. Howard and Becky came over. They just happened to be driving in the area, and they're like, wait, we recognize that house. So they stopped by.
They're like, wait a minute, I know that house.
Yeah. So they stopped by, and it was really, really cool.
Nice little visit, cool people.
Yeah.
Dairy folk.
Yep, and they had horses, and they've recently gotten rid of their horses, and they had some hay left over, and they wanted to give it to us. So that was really cool.
Little Homestead, Franklin, North Carolina, rolling on the floor. Officer, it was an attack cow. I'm telling you, man. You got to be able to train these animals. Yeah. Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Like the perpetrator, the person, the cow ran me down, sir. He commanded it. Anyway, so Howard and Becky.
Too funny.
Good to see you guys. Now, here's the thing. We're getting ready to come to our channel shout-outs, but just wait. We have some bad news. Our new truck, not new, but new to us.
It's got some issues.
DOA.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
it won't go in reverse.
It won't go in reverse. And if it's in neutral, it'll only go forward. And the same thing with drive, right?
No, it'll go in drive, but it's in the wrong shift position.
Yeah. So
this has been super cool. Our friend the Don, ironically, has a spare truck that has the exact transmission on it. Mm-hmm. And Jonathan has said, hey, I'll go and I'll work for it. And the Don has said, hey, I'll put you to work in on the farm here, and you can have the transmission in exchange for work. And we're like, everybody wins.
Right, exactly.
Well, and I've never dealt with a transmission. I'm not very mechanical, but I'm ready to try it. Ready to try and get going here. So fingers crossed, you'll be watching craziness with cars and trucks and parts and probably fluids. Mm. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to that portion of the evening where we will do shameless plugs. That's right. It is channel shout out time, and what you are supposed to do is you're supposed to tell us who you're watching, who you're listening to, who you like, and then we'll share one with who we like. Mm-hmm. And so Krista's going to try her best to try to keep up, but now is shameless plug city. Plug your own channel, plug whomever. On your mark, get set, go. Krista's going to start reading them, and then we will tell you who we like. So on your mark, get set, here we go.
Out of Goshen, Art and Bree, the Swedish Homestead. Kelly Barlow Creations, Out of Goshen, Load.
Living on a Dime.
Living on a Dime.
Yeah.
Marion. Stay Perfect. Out in the country, Deep South, Big Family Homestead, Out of Goshen. Tiny House Prepper, Timmy Zander Channel, Rain Country, Scrap Vulture.
Scrap Vulture. That sounds
Bama
fun.
Grits, Bargain Beauty, Living Traditions, Living on a Dime, 50 Ducks in a Hot Tub, Powers Homestead, Homesteady, Dot to Trot, Joe and Zach Survival, all of the above.
Prepsteader Bob.
Simple Wife, Simple Life.
I've heard of that
Batty,
one, yeah.
Bandana Grandma, Bobblehead Homestead, Resistance Chicks.
Oh yes, Resistance
Art and
Chicks.
Bree. Frustrated Gardener, G Bear Homesteading.
G Bear.
Desert. Don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
That's a new one. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Our Half Acre Homestead, Going Batty. Starry Hilder, Paul Begley, Two Family, Weekend Homestead, Texas Boys, Jada and Stitches, Dirt Patch, SSL Family Dad, Household Hacker,
Oh no.
Homestead Tessie, Cog Hill Farms, Florida Singularity. Cat Lover's here. Hey, Cat Lover.
Hey, hey.
Andrea Mills, Schmovies.
Schmovies.
Mapleberry Farm. I've seen there a little bit of their stuff. Mapleberry Farm. They're building their own house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Grizz 270. What?
Grizz.
Hey, no, it's just a channel.
Different Grizz.
No, same one.
Oh, hey.
Midnight Quilter, Uncle Dub, Homestead Tessie, Thrive Life, which we love.
Oh yeah.
Jane All. Woohoo.
Jane O rocks.
Holler Homestead, Fouch Family, Wisconsin Amish Online Group.
That's interesting.
Do they have a YouTube channel?
I did not. They must. They must.
I didn't think they'd use computers.
Well, maybe they're underground.
Yeah.
These are the black sheep of the Amish community.
Yeah.
All right. So, who our channel shout out of the evening is? Well, the thing is this. We listen to a lot of different preparedness channels, and some of them are a little more, I don't know what the word would be, more direct than other channels, in that they really, really are focused on making sure that you understand things that when a society goes, crazy, that you think about things that you might not necessarily like to think of normally. They make you maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you're like, well, that would never happen, or holy smokes, that couldn't be. My neighbors would never do that. Or, I would never get to that situation. But the reality is, a lot of places on the earth right now are in chaos. And I think it's crazy to think that, well, just because we live in the United States, that it could never happen here. Those things, they always happen somewhere else, and it could never happen here. And I think that's probably a bad way to think, because historically, what societies have not had major upheavals?
Right.
And so when I look at some channels that people go, well, you don't really need that, I say, well, you know what? No, I disagree, because it's the norm in the world is chaos. We've been blessed by having a very peaceful time right now, and so this channel, you may go, well, that might not be my cup of tea, but I'm here to tell you, if you watch a few videos, first of all, you're going to understand this guy is wicked smart. He is wicked practical. He is a former special service guy from a lot of different branches of stuff. He's been, let's say, he's been everywhere. And he's also a pastor, which really makes me go, okay, let's balance all this stuff together. And he's got the message of preparedness, and that is the channel Viking Preparedness. Pastor Joe Fox is a rock star. He's everything I've said. So remember that, Viking Preparedness, Pastor Joe Fox. And I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things to do is when there's some crazy thing in the news, like Russia is getting ready to attack. He has a unique perspective on how and what and why things will go a certain way. And I've yet to see him be wrong.
Yeah. No.
I've yet to see him be wrong. He's usually the calm, level-headed guy going, whoa, let's think about this.
Yeah.
And since he's been in these operations all over the world, he understands how the pieces fit together where sometimes we don't. Viking Preparedness, Pastor Joe Fox. He, let's just say that, for example, wasn't too terribly long ago. Remember, it had to be less than a year ago. Nibiru, like the planet X. There's supposed to be this planet out there that's going to collide with the world, and it should have already happened by these folks who say that it's real. Nibiru's coming and it's going to kill everybody. And Pastor Joe Fox was just like, why are you guys wasting your time on this when there's plenty of real things to actually consume your day?
Right.
And I just love the fact that it refocused it. The funny thing is that the people that believed that, they have not changed their ways. They haven't gone, boy, I shouldn't have believed that. That's horse manure, and move on.
Right.
They've just changed whatever conspiracy they like. Anyway, I'll get off the soapbox right now. But check out Pastor Joe Fox. He's a rock star, Viking Preparedness. So, any good comments, Mama?
Well, one I want to point out. We've known Tim Beverly for a long time, and they've gone through. He had kidney cancer, and this past Friday he found out that his dad has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So, folks, those of you who are praying, folks, please pray for their family. They've gone through a really hard time this last year. So. Yeah,
and those of you guys who don't know the history between our family and them, Tim Beverly seems like he might be teasing Claire a little bit.
He's not.
It's out of love. It goes way back, and he used to tease her and call her a rat, and she would fight back, and it was fun, and there's nothing weird about it. So don't feel like he's coming after Claire, because he's not.
No, not at all. And when he puts it in all caps, it's an anagram for something. I can't remember what it is. What was it an anagram for, Claire?
Brat?
Yeah.
I think it was Brat.
No,
it was an anagram.
Tim, put up the anagram for Brat for Claire, please.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
We forget, but just so you guys understand, he's not being a dork or anything. He's being
not.
A cool guy.
He's being awesome.
So, okay. Here we go. First actual real live topic of the evening. Now, this is important stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
You're holding it wrong.
It is the TP that binds us. Now, does the TP, you folks out there in YouTube land, does the TP need to hang like this? Or does the TP need to hang like this? This is important stuff, and I'm going to get to it, but I want to hear. TP behind the post, TP in front of the post. Where do you sit on the TP? The great toilet paper test of mankind, Brad Style says, how to mix soap. In front
Number 2,
or
Bacon
behind?
says in the front.
TP over the top says dare to prepare.
In front.
Premium Mom the Twin says behind. Oh, I think front's winning.
I think front is winning.
Front's
and you know what's
winning.
funny? When you look back at the patent for the toilet roll, it was supposed to be in the front. However, I don't care if it goes in the front or behind. It depends on where it's at in the bathroom that makes it work.
Wherever you keep your behind, that's where I want my toilet paper to be. That's what's important. Where you keep the behind, toilet paper. Okay, so I think the front is winning, like solidly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Steve Gunnick says, it bugs me. Okay, so Christa had a rant today. And give them the small version of the toilet seat.
Short. Is there a short version of the toilet seat?
I don't know. I'll try and rein you in.
Okay, ladies, put the toilet seats down. Men, put the toilet seats down. That way, then, when you go into the bathroom, you can use whichever lid you want. Just saying. That's the short version. Okay?
Okay.
Is that all right with you?
What was funny to me is in her video rant about toilet seats, I couldn't believe how many people were actually passionate and had a real live issue, an irritation with it.
Yep.
That was shocking to me.
Yeah.
And so, what's Brad logically think? Well, let's talk about pet peeves. Because that's clearly a pet peeve, right?
Yep.
So I actually went online and I printed out the top 50 pet peeves that are the most common pet peeves in the world. Now, before we go there, what is your pet peeve?
Yeah.
I got to see a few.
Let's hear it.
I got to see. What is your pet peeve, ladies and gentlemen? Please tell me. Frustrated Gardener says, put the toilet seat down and the lid down. Krista, you are spot on.
Well, it just makes sense, folks. You know, keeps the dogs out, keeps the babies out. You know, it's a win-win.
Tim Drapadoo, it says, that's a can of worms, Brad. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Okay, Tennessee girl, leaving the cap off the toothpaste. That's
We
an
don't have that
irritation.
problem. It is an irritation for folks. We don't have that issue at home.
She's in her apron, dirty laundry on the floor when there's a laundry basket in the room. I am guilty of that.
Kimmy, you feel my pain.
I am guilty.
It drives me crazy.
Drives you batty?
Yes, I am going batty.
Here's the thing. In my slim sliver of defense, when you live on a farm, things get dirty fast, and so I don't wear new jeans every day if they're not like super dirty, because I feel like it's a waste, and they're gonna just get creamed and destroyed tomorrow anyway.
I'm not talking about your jeans, because I rewear my jeans too. I'm talking about the socks and the t-shirts that are laying right next to the toilet, right next to the laundry basket. I don't care about your jeans. I know you're gonna wear those the next day.
Yeah. I all I can say is you're right, and I'm wrong, and I'm a filthy, dirty dog who needs to be
Rectified.
punished severely. However, pet peeves, guys. You guys are sharing some.
Leaving
Hairbrush
the
next to the toothbrush. That's a weird one.
That
Coffee
is odd.
time.
Yeah.
So you don't want hair near the toothbrush. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Brad, exit stage right. That's right there, Mike.
Well, and Jill Too Sweet says leaving a drop of milk or water in the container in the fridge. Yes, or
That is an irritation.
Or an empty Coke box in the refrigerator. Like when we would have soda, the box would be empty in the refrigerator still.
Well, you know what's funny is that this list of 50, so far, I'm not seeing many that are coinciding. You guys are all unique.
Mm-hmm.
Empty ice trays, says Karen Page. Monica Rolls, toothpaste in the sink, hair left in the tub.
Oh yeah, that is gross.
That is gross.
Well, and I have to I clean out the hair out of the drain, because with 5 girls with long hair in this house, it gets clogged pretty quickly. So I have to clean it weekly.
This is funny. Pet peeves are pet peeves.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Ellen says people free feeding their dogs.
What does that
I mean
mean?
like feeding from the table?
Not their mouth, because dear God in
Oh,
heaven.
that's gross. No.
Okay.
No.
Toilet paper rolls over the top, not the bottom. Scuffing feet on the floor. Ari, that's a
No.
new one.
No, I don't like it when the kids drag their feet.
I do it just to annoy you.
I know you do.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, pick up your feet. Don't scuff them on the floor.
All right.
It wears the shoes down faster.
This is what's crazy. Okay. Like number 47 is slow elevators. Does that irritate you?
No.
Don't they all go the same speed though?
No.
47. I'm just going to skim because we're not going to hit all 50. But let's see.
Yes.
This is a weird
45.
one.
45.
45?
Yes.
When someone wakes you up in the middle of the night or ungodly early in the morning and asks, "Oh, did I wake you up?"
Duh.
Yeah, that's kind of a duh thing. All right, keep them coming. You guys are coming up with some really, really interesting ones. Mrs. T says, answering your phone during meals. Oh. Wet floor in front of the toilet. It's not water. It's not water.
No, that's not water.
That's not water. Okay, here's another one. When you were wearing, this one's weird. When you are wearing sunglasses or prescription glasses and the bridge of your nose builds up sweat and grease.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, but is that really like, oh my gosh, she's got
No,
greasy
it's not
nose?
that's not a pet peeve. I don't like it when it gets on the pads of my glasses because then sometimes it gets on my glasses and it smears.
But you can
like,
take that and use it to make cheese.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Or sour cream.
Oh, gross. Oh, come on. Come on.
Okay, some of the good ones.
Ow.
This one's interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Number 30. When someone says to a girl, it must be your time of the month. Ooh.
Oh.
Flag on the play.
No,
Flag
no,
on the
no,
play.
no, flag on the play.
No.
No, that's
Holding,
nice.
holding.
Done.
It's on. Taking all the ice out of the freezer, says Powers Homestead. That's a dirty dastardly thing.
Yeah.
Taking all the coffee in the coffee room and then not filling the Joe. You kill the Joe, you make some mo. Kill the Joe, you make some mo.
Oh no, you didn't.
Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah.
Oh, there was one. Shoot, where'd it go? Oh, taking all the ice in the freezer.
Well, that's
Or
harmless.
we have an ice maker, and if they take all of the ice out, and there's no water left in the reservoir tank, and it's off. Really, guys? Come on.
Bad news.
That's bad. Oh my goodness.
Living on a dime is chatting with Kimmy. Okay. Apparently, you didn't get the memo, Kimmy.
Okay, here's an irritation for you: leaving chip bags with crumbs only. You hate that when there's like just this tiny little corner.
I do.
Of crumbs.
Because it's like, were you
Finish
so
it.
full you couldn't just possibly get that quarter of a bite left?
Yeah, or just throw it away.
Throw it away.
Yeah.
All right, but what's crazy is some of these are getting interesting. Here we go. Oh, this one's drives us nuts. When you're talking to someone and they won't stop staring at their telephone screen. Ooh,
That's
disrespectful.
That's just not cool.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Living on a dime says, or leaving the trash in the pantry.
Yeah.
We
Jonathan.
have that happen here. We will, Claire, generally, she does it the majority of the time. She organizes the pantry
So
really
good
well.
at it.
Yes, because she's good at it. When she's not around, then I do it. But there's trash that is like shoved behind the shelving and
Powers Homestead, when your turkey poops right in front of your door so you step in it.
oh my goodness.
That is genuinely homestead rock and roll, brother.
Oh my goodness.
Or sister.
Yeah. By
Now-
the way, I got your email. I'm sorry I haven't responded yet. So.
Okay. I know this is not a very homesteady night, but this is just, it gets on your skin. Okay, so here's another one. This one's, oh, okay, that's silly. That's kind of silly. Oh, okay, this is a side one. I'm sorry, I got to read this one to tell you, and then I'll tell you something else. Number 19 says being referred to as a boy or a girl when you're legally an adult. What if you just look young?
Yeah.
But then again, you don't go, hey, boy, come here, boy. You, girl, come here. You don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
But, okay, Scout's honor, I have actually made this mistake, and I'm here to tell you, I will never do it again. But when you're traveling and you're on an airplane, sometimes you got to try to figure out ways to make conversation. And I totally asked a woman, when's the baby due?
Oh no.
You don't
I
do
did it.
that. You don't do that.
I did it. It was stupid.
Everybody, okay, I will say
I repented.
everybody has done that at least once.
I have
So-
not.
She
yet.
was not
I
amused.
almost
Still,
did.
you're young yet.
She was not amused, and I had to sit next to her for 2.5 more hours.
Did you apologize?
Yeah, duh. Are you
Really?
kidding?
I don't know.
Me.
Oh, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. All right, let's get into the top 10. Now, this what's interesting. Okay, this is a weird one. When someone messes with the car radio or AC without asking the driver for permission. That's number 10. Number 10. Okay, how about this? when someone leaves the water running,
That is annoying because it's just a waste.
it is a waste.
You know, I don't get irritated. I'm just like, okay, you're wasting water. Turn it off.
Kimmy says from She's in Her Apron, I get asked at least once a month when I'm due.
Oh, Kimmy, no.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
No.
That's like stomping on puppies. We don't do that.
No.
In the civilized world, you don't do that.
No, Kimmy.
No.
That's not
No.
allowed.
No. And if you guys don't know She's in Her Apron channel, well, first of all,
Amazing.
you should.
Yeah.
I've told people, I know it's weird, but I watch her videos. It's really a guy channel.
No.
But her chaos is the kind of chaos I like. Because I can identify with that chaos. It's like, oh yeah, well that's completely the logical thing you would do in that chaos. I know it's weird. I indulge once a week. Whatever. Anyway, back to this.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here it is, number 8. Dun dun dun. When the toilet seat is left up. When the toilet seat's left up.
Just close both lids, folks. I mean, just really. It's not difficult. It saves from getting germs all over your bathroom. It saves the dogs from...
Here's
what?
a good one. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
baby.
it's okay.
Eagle Camp Homestead, Brad, how about when the teenagers return your truck empty with no gas?
He does that.
He does that. That's always
He does.
Nope.
Because his biggest pet peeve is having to get gas. He hates wasting time getting gas.
That might be a little true.
And every time I get in the truck, it's empty. And
How
I
about-
don't get in the truck very
Well,
often.
well,
but still.
let's redirect this anger in a healthy way.
It's not anger.
Oh, no.
Not
What
anger.
about Jonathan with his boots on our brand new carpet?
Ooh, that one.
Oh. Boots that he took from his brother in the military.
No, David gave them to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he
Gave,
did.
air quotes.
No, he did.
Gave. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness
number
gracious.
7. Having to repeat yourself multiple times.
If anybody has kids, you're doing that.
This is a weird one. Number 6. I would not have thought this would be so high on the list. Couples who sit next to each other instead of across from each other in a booth.
Wait, what?
Why is that an irritation? They just want to be close to each other and
Maybe
talk.
they want to get
So-
all...
No, don't go there. This is family friendly. Come on.
Okay, can I comment on this?
You
Yes.
may.
Now.
Comment
You have
louder.
to come over here.
Okay. So, with that, sometimes if there's a lot of people, you can't hear them from across the booth, and so you sit next to them so you can actually hear them if there's a big crowd.
Okay.
But if it's a smaller place, not a lot of people, then you can sit across from them because then you can hear them and it's, I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Debbie P. nicely deflected.
Kimmy, Your
Booyah!
hair.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay, now Kimmy says.
Love your hair,
Yes,
Claire.
yes. She said also, and
That was my idea.
I agree with this too. Snow track through the house and then getting your sock.
Oh my gosh.
Wet socks is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're in the top 5, guys.
Yeah.
Top 5. People who talk while their mouth is...
That's so rude.
No.
Are you a cow?
Mhm.
No. 'Cause cows talk with their mouth open.
No. I love you. Oh, wait or not. I guess not. Okay. Number 4, noisy eaters.
Oh, that drives me up a wall.
But what constitutes a noisy eater?
Somebody who chews with their mouth open and talks with their mouth open. Ugh.
And talks with their mouth open?
Talks with their mouth open. How dare you talk with your mouth open?
Right.
It's like,
Too funny. Okay. What's the next
Ventriloquist. Number 3, people who talk loudly on the phone.
The Dawn.
No.
Do not disrespect the Don.
No.
Do you know what happens when you disrespect the Don? We don't talk about disrespecting the
He
Don.
won't give you a puppy.
You won't let me hold the puppies?
No, he won't.
Number
give you a
2, this is one of mine that has been for years. This is number 2. Well, actually, there's 3, but I don't know why.
How is that the first one? That's ridiculous.
That's what's weird. Number 2 here on the list is when a computer or phone won't load the page fast enough.
Oh.
I gotta tell you,
Okay.
I don't care how fast computers get, I get irritated when it's not done.
Okay, that just means you're not a patient person.
And it's not fast enough.
You're still not patient.
And it's still wrong.
Not patient.
It's a computer.
Not patient.
Robots don't care. This is one that's really off the charts. This is well, I know I said number 2 before, but I got it wrong. This is really number 2. The word moist.
I love that word though.
Can you believe that? It's really, it's the word
It
moist.
makes people so uncomfortable, so I'm like, hey, it's kind of moist.
I
out
mean,
here.
okay, how many of you guys out there are going, yeah, moist is an irritation for me? Well, you don't,
I don't get why it's such a bad word.
moist? Robots don't care. It's true. Moist. I've heard that many times, says Truthification
All you
Chronicles.
gotta do is be like, hey, you want some moist water?
Florida homesteader hates that word.
I'm not
Moist.
a fan of that word either.
I had an intern who hated the word moist. Mike DeFazio. Moist. I'm just going to say it again. Moist.
If you hang around with writers, you'll hear it.
Oh,
lots.
jeez, oh, Pete.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my gracious.
Had the moist work conversation with the family
What?
at the airport today. Oh, that's right.
They're back
She
now.
went. They're
Where'd
back
she go?
now? They
Where'd
went
she-
to Hawaii.
Sweet.
They
Good
went
for
to
you.
Maui? You
Maui.
didn't get caught in the volcano, I hope.
Do they hate the word moisturizer as well, says Joke of One. And of course, we already started out with slow talk or slow walkers as number 1. That's a weird one. Slow walkers? That's, I mean, moist has got to rank higher than slow walkers. What if they're moist slow walkers?
Oh my gosh.
They're like, "Eeh," and like the stuff
They're
is building
sweaty.
up here, and they got like that,
And they got this
right
T
in the,
across their back. Oh, gross.
no?
Gross.
Somebody get that guy a water stat. He's moist. No?
Okay, be done with
All right, I'm done with
moist,
the
please.
thing. I'm done with the moisture.
But it's so fun.
Moisture.
Well, you know, we could do this so many days. I could just go on and on with these.
With pet peeves?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I don't even know. It's like I've got a list of stuff that's actually homesteadish, but we
Yeah.
couldn't get past moist.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Do this one.
chickens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're switching gears. Try to diffuse the moisture in your brain right now. Because we got to talk about chickens. And it's not, I'm not, okay, I was going to put them together.
No, you should not.
All right. Chickens.
Okay.
Feel the moisture.
Deep cleansing breath. Okay, so we have like 23 laying hens, right? Well, we're not exactly sure how many eggs they're laying. No, we got one today. We got one this morning. This morning, one.
Out of how many?
23 birds.
And these are the kind of birds that will give you 1 egg a day almost religiously.
Exactly. We have an egg eater.
Not an,
We
many.
have many egg
Many.
eaters, and we don't know what to do. We think we're going to have to cull the whole herd.
Yeah.
Flock, not herd.
And by cull, we mean eat them.
Mhm.
And we have tried everything we can think. So if you guys out there have had chickens that decide they're going to be egg eaters, it's a weird thing to start with.
Mhm.
But what they do is something will happen and it'll crack, and the chicken will peck at it because of the color.
Mhm.
And when they do, they go, wow, this tastes great.
Mm-hmm.
Not thinking, hey, that's my son or daughter.
Right. Right.
This is delicious.
Or our food. Yeah.
And then what happens is the other ones will see it and they'll get in there and bam, bam, bam. And whenever you could be getting a dozen eggs a day and losing most of them.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we've tried different things. There's been, I've seen articles on taking painted golf balls and putting them in there because it'll hurt their beak if they peck it.
Oh.
So they don't. We've seen just go out there a bunch of times during the day and just grab them, but they're getting at them too fast. And to be honest, the only reliable method we have seen is freezer camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of everybody who's watching, yeah, cannibalizing chickens, Henry, yeah. No, out of everybody who's watching, how many of you guys either have chickens or have raised chickens in the past? Because this is the first time we've ever had this problem to this degree. We've had one in the past, and we were able to isolate that bird and bring it into some degree of repentance. It had a Holy Ghost moment.
Yeah.
And said hallelujah, and then it didn't
Funny.
eat the chickens anymore.
We threatened it with freezer camp.
Yeah, but
Well, and we're not having a weasel issue.
nope,
Well, there was another thing.
not a fox.
No, it's
No,
not a fox.
it's the chickens. The kids have seen them eating them.
We've seen it happen, and I mean the doors are closed at night. They're not hiding clutches of eggs because we go out and we look, and they don't have bushes or trees or anything to hide under.
Mm-hmm.
They have a small 50. Is it 50 feet?
Yeah.
50 by 25 foot run,
Yeah.
and there's no place to hide the eggs.
Little Homestead says, yep, once they start eating eggs, they won't stop. And that's everything I've read too. And trust me, we've got a lot of time and money, and we like the chickens. We don't want to see them go away, but these were never supposed to be dinner. These were supposed to be
egg layers for a couple of years. I mean, they just started laying this past winter. They're new chickens.
Yep.
They're not even a year old yet.
Liber Lady says you got to grab the offenders as you see them and call. You know, and that's the kind of thing that I don't really want to do, but I think we're going to have to.
Well, and that's the problem, though. I mean, we'll have to stand out there and watch to see who's doing it, because
Probably.
I think what it is it might be a couple of birds, and then all of the birds see it and they go after it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So, chickens,
Frustrated.
and I'll tell you what, guys, we say that chickens are like the gateway drug to homesteading, because they're fun. They're great animals. They're great pets even. And, you know, if you just have the right mindset that this is going to be an egg layer or this is going to be a meat bird, and you treat them great and you do everything that you can do to make sure that they're safe, happy, and healthy. And then they only have, you know, just a very short amount of time of discomfort, and everybody, including the chicken, wins.
Right.
And so it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm hoping we don't have to go there, but I'm kind of afraid there's not really an option.
Right. Truthification Chronicle says, split that group in two and see which ones are guilty. Keep doing that until you narrow down who the offender is.
Good advice.
That's a good idea, because I
Good
don't
advice.
want to get rid of the whole flock. I keep saying herd. That's cows. I don't want to get rid of the whole flock because they're laying.
Yeah,
and
they
it's
are,
just-
and it takes a long time to get them from chick to laying.
Right. That's so frustrating.
Well, and Mike DeFazio. Oh, Barbara Rote's here. Hi, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara. How are you?
Chicken cam time. I'm assuming they're talking about like slap a camera out there kind of thing. And 24 pickles. Dogs too. If they get a taste of killing, they're goners. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at, and we don't know how this is going to play out, but we're going to do absolutely everything we can to make sure that if there are innocent ones in there, they're not lumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24 pickles. Fun.
Prep Setter Bob says, feed them oyster shell crumbles. We've done that.
We've done that.
We've
and
done that.
They have rocks outside, and I mean pebbles and things
And
like
we
that.
give them diatomaceous earth too. That keeps down any mites or ticks or any weird things that are on them.
Yeah, lice.
But we'll see. We'll keep you apprised of the situation, guys.
All right, our nesting boxes, it's one of those metal nesting boxes that's about 5 boxes wide and then 2 high. And it's just resting on the ground. So I think the majority of the eggs are laid in the top.
There's 3 or 4 rungs. It's like one of the professional commercial ones that was a gift.
Yeah. No, there's just 2
I thought there
two
was
rows.
more than that.
There's just 2 rows, and then like 5, I think 5 boxes across. So it's a 10 box.
Yeah.
Make your nesting
Boxes dark.
Well, they kind of are dark because it's in a darker corner.
Well, we can make them darker.
Yeah.
Because these were the ones that have the circle in the back where you can go and grab the eggs if they're still in there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep you apprised of what we're going to do. Oh, Prep Sitter Bob says we could build an egg roll box. That is one thing that I actually think will work.
Yeah.
If they just can't get to them. And what he's suggesting is when they lay the egg, it rolls down so they can't get to it.
Right. Right. Molly, stop texting me. You're distracting me.
Oh, geez, oh, Pete. All right, so
I'll
guys.
talk to you later.
Brian Heddershot, what's up?
Oh, hey,
bring
Brian.
the noodles. Oh, yeah, what's up, Brian?
Bring noodles,
There.
I'll bring the noodles. That's funny.
There's an individual who got a homestead.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And he is an awesome, he gave us an amazing gift of some beautiful cast iron pans, which, by the way, I use just about every day.
It's true.
Absolutely love them. So thank you. Still.
All right, guys. Now, this is going to probably sound like kind of a weird subject. We're going to switch gears here just a little bit. Because, to me, technology is amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, the fact that I've got a telephone right over there, and it's videoing us and making a live stream that goes out to the entire world blows my mind that I can afford this and put it in my pocket and carry it around.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
That the technology's there. Mm-hmm. However, I have to tell you, there is no replacing these things.
Brian gave us that book.
Books. I think he actually said he wanted this one back.
There was one that you wanted back. You need to remember.
I think it's this one.
We need to talk so that we can get it back to you.
The reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because we have become so dependent on technology that we can't even drive from point A to point B without our map in our pocket.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, there are skills that we need to know. That what happens if you didn't have electricity for a month?
Right. And ebooks are a fantastic thing that a lot of people give away ebooks if you just sign up for their email newsletter.
Ebooks are great.
But if your computer dies, you've lost all of that. You need to print those out. Get them on paper.
Jan and Dave, what kind of phone do we use? It's just an iPhone.
Yeah, we have an iPhone 7.
Yeah.
No, you have a 10. I have a 7.
Well, and by the way, I would not get the 10 again.
No, don't get the 10. It's squirrely.
Go back to the other one. I regret getting the 10, to be honest. But all that to say that there is nothing replacing these guys here.
Not at all. And this information is just invaluable. Look at this. There's weaving in here.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Well, and the thing is that, I just keep coming back to the fact that think about how devastating it would be if all of a sudden the lights turned out right now and didn't come back on for 2 months.
Right.
Would you be able to eat? I mean, because obviously if electricity's down in your whole region, nobody's trucking, which means there's no food coming to the store. And if there was food, it's all going to spoil.
And grocery stores
cold because your kid needs medicine.
They're coming after you.
They're going to come and get your generator. Think about how nutty the world is when all of a sudden everything is in short supply.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get all heavy. We're not.
No.
All that to say that get this stuff. Start learning skills. Start figuring out what would I do if I couldn't turn the light switch on, or what if the refrigerator didn't work?
Right.
What are you going to do? It doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be crazy. But think about those things. There's a lot of people who just live that way, right? That they, J0 channel, J0. John is a good friend. And you know what? He doesn't call himself a homesteader.
It's just the way he lives.
He says, well, this is just how we live.
Yeah.
I go fishing because I want to eat. I grow food because I want to eat. I have animals.
Hunting, and he goes hunting, and the stuff that he hunts, he does feed his family, but the majority of the things that he hunts for and he harvests from the woods, he gives to the elders of the community.
Yep, and that is an honorable thing that he would probably not want anybody to say, because he just feels like it's just what's right to do, and he would never try to be like lifted up or said, "Hey, look at me, I'm cool," because that's not who he is. But it's the right thing to do.
He just has a huge heart for his community. It's amazing.
Well, let's just say he's a big boy, and his heart is far bigger than his body, and that's a big body.
Yeah, Austin, what nice family-friendly content. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's our goal, because we want the whole family to watch our craziness.
She's in her apron says, "Did you guys see A Quiet Place? Makes me think a lot of what we can live without." You know what? That's true. And this is a funny thing, okay? We're adapting to life in Wisconsin. And one of the things that folks around here view as kind of essential is a four-wheeler, an ATV.
Yep.
And I got to tell you what, our kids are old enough, Claire and Jonathan, where after the day's done and the chores are done, Christa and I can just go jump on the four-wheelers and be gone for 2 or 3 hours and just drive. And there's trails everywhere.
Yeah.
We went to a lake yesterday that was just amazing.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Ugh.
And sorry, just to get distracted, but yeah. No, but yes.
That was our quiet place.
Yeah, that is our quiet.
Yeah.
It's driving, just getting out there.
Yeah.
Going.
Yeah.
But anyway, to refocus, just an encouragement, guys. Here's the thing. When I talk to people that, I've been in bands and traveled and did all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, side note, we used to own a tour bus that was owned by Tammy Wynette.
He slept in Tammy's bed.
She wasn't there, thankfully.
Thankfully.
But yeah, and so I get around. We've been around. I know a lot of people all over the world. And what's weird is that everybody kind of feels the same way, that they know something's wrong with society, but they just can't put their finger on it. And I'm just one voice going, learn some skills. They're probably going to come in handy. I don't know why, but I know that I should be telling you this.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way I can put it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do our channel, guys. I mean, trust me, the money we make off YouTube is not the reason.
No. Nope.
Piquito. So anyway, we are going to say goodnight, and hopefully, I don't know this, I tried to call over at the Weekend Homestead channel, Will, over at the Weekend Homestead channel. I haven't gotten in touch with him, but he's supposed to go on at, in 2 minutes, minute and change.
Yeah.
So if you guys know, we are a family of believers, and the reason why we do this is because we love God. And that said, we're going to say a real quick prayer. So if that's not your thing, good night. We'll see you next week. If so, you've been forewarned.
Well, and we would love for you to stay. We really want to pray with all of you.
So here we go. Father God, we thank you so very much for how you provide for us. We're so grateful for every one of the folks here tonight. And we just ask that you would just give them a big old hug. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that they're cared for, that they're not alone. Jesus, we love you and we thank you. Amen.
Amen.
You guys have a blessed night. And that's it. That's all I got.
Right. And you have to turn it off.
I'm out of items.
Claire
on
left,
I'll
so
go.
you're gonna shut it off?
Claire's gone.
She took off.
I have
so weird.
I have a video card here, but that was for something else. But we'll talk about that later. Do you want the video?
No, I don't want
Do
the
you want
video
this,
card.
honey? We could
No,
give you this.
I don't
This
want
this would be
okay.
no. How do we make it? How do we make it stop?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's the X. Do we want to make it stop? Make it stop. And I think that's it.
Hi.
I don't think it's it. There's no X over there.